That was much better than the crowd I had at the last of my band concerts, so I appreciate it. Good afternoon. But thank you so much for being here this afternoon. This has been, like I said, my last performance here. This is a marathon of a day for band parents and band students as we see all of our bands throughout the course of the morning and the afternoon. The group that you see in front of you this afternoon is the Auburn Junior High School Symphonic Band. We're excited to have you here and share the music that they've been working on. We're going to be playing our music performance assessment program for you that we played a couple weeks ago in Alexander City, where this group did incredibly well and received some really great comments from those adjudicators. The first piece, and I apologize for any delay in us getting started. We've got a pretty tightly packed schedule today, and we forgot that one of our saxophone players was performing in the band room with the saxophone ensemble, so we didn't want to start the concert without her. And so we're glad to have her join us and be able to have everybody up here for the concert. The first tune that we're going to play for you this afternoon is a piece called Arch of Triumph, which is a march in the French style. Now, most of the marches that we play here in Auburn are American marches because it's kind of the heritage of what we do in concert band, where the origin of what we do is kind of military marches and military band music. But pretty much all European and Western countries have traditions of marches. They just sound slightly different. For instance, French marches, like the one we're going to play today, are slightly slower because American marches are fast and on a mission and trying to get somewhere. They're always very excited. But this piece was actually written by a name that may be familiar to some of you, Dr. Johnny Vincent, who was the director of bands for many years at Auburn University, and he just lives a couple blocks down the road from here. So it's really cool to have a contemporary composer here in town, and to get to play some of his music. So we hope you enjoy this French march, Arch of Triumph. Alright, while we finish letting our percussionists get set up, the next tune, it requires a little bit of explanation because the title is really only half of a sentence. It's not even a complete sentence, which is very a teacher thing to say. But Black is the Color is short for the full name of a really famous Celtic folk tune called Black is the Color of My True Love's Hair, which really took root here in the United States in the Appalachian region here, where you get a lot of influence from Celtic folk music from Ireland and Wales and Scotland and England, which is why our bluegrass music sounds an awful lot like Celtic folk music from across the pond. Black is the Color of My True Love's Hair is unique among folk love songs because unlike probably about 95% of love songs are often sung from the male's perspective to a female. This is actually the opposite, which is a female singing about a love that is separated from her, probably from some sort of a conflict or war that's going on. And so it kind of revived itself every time there was a major conflict in European and American history. There's been a lot of arrangements of Black is the Color written for a lot of different mediums like orchestra and band and choir, but we've had a good time working on this one this year with the Symphonic Band. So we hope you enjoy Black is the Color. all right. I always have to wait on the sound booth. It's not good enough to just turn the microphone on. Before we play our last tune, I just want to thank you for being here again today and remind you of all that we've got going on across the hall. So most people come to our concerts, they come in through these doors because that's where the parking lot is. But I just want to remind you that right across the hall here is the band room for Auburn High School. And in the hallway here and in the band room, we've got a silent auction going on where local businesses have donated things that people can bid on. And we also have a bake sale and dessert sale going on in the band room. And all of the money that's raised from those fundraisers go to support the band programs at East Sanford School, and Auburn Junior High School, and Auburn High School. And we're so incredibly fortunate to have the Auburn Band Parents Association here in town helping to support all of our band programs. I was telling the crowd with concert band that I don't know how many of you were in band or in the experience that you had. I didn't go to Auburn City Schools, and our booster organization we had only helped out high school, and it left the middle schools really in a tough spot because they were the blank high school band boosters. And Auburn does not operate that way. We are unique in a really awesome way in that we have a band parent association that supports every kid from the day they start band to the day that they graduate at all three of our schools. And so I encourage you to go check that out, see what you can, buy a brownie, buy a cookie, buy something. And then also, as you continue through with your student in band, find ways to serve, find ways to get involved with the Auburn Band Parents Association. Our biggest fundraiser every year is running the concession stands at the varsity football games. And if every band parent volunteered for one football game a year, we would never have to ask for volunteers. It was just only one game. That's all it would take. And so please look for ways that you can get involved and support these great band students, because it takes a lot of time and money and effort to keep up a machine like this running really efficiently. So we thank you again for being here. Our last tune is a piece by Gary Fagan that we've had an absolute blast working on called Primal Winds, and we hope you enjoy it. Thank you again so much for being here, and we look forward to seeing you next time. Y'all have a great afternoon.